Hey you guys, this is Rafael from Relics.com. I hope you're all doing well. Hope things are going your direction. You deserve it, and I know you do because you're smart enough to be watching this. Thank you guys for taking time to watch these. I have had so many people lately that when they send in an order or send in an email, call in, they say, I really enjoy those. Keep up the education and keep up the positivity because we need it. And I agree, we need it. So today we're going to talk about something I like. I like shiny, pretty things. A couple of guys at the shows, they said, man, you're like a crow. You kind of get zoned in on that shiny stuff, especially swords with real pretty blades, grips with pretty decoration, gold gilt. I like it. This one has always been one of my favorites, and it's kind of interesting because I bought a big collection. This one was in it, and I'm like, man, I just love that sword. That's so pretty. And I kind of cheat sometimes when I write my descriptions on the website. It stores a lot of my old descriptions. And so I'll pull it up, take the bones of it, and then work the extra details to specifically fit whatever it is that I'm trying to sell now. When I saw the sword, I was like, beautiful. I've never had one quite like that. I get home and I pull it up. I owned this sword about 10 years ago and still had the information on it. And I wrote up in there, I was like, this is the prettiest sword. I think it's so beautiful because it is. And it went, I don't know where it's been all those years, but it came back home and I'm glad to have it. One guy said, if we live long enough in the relic business, we'll own it all at least twice. So this one I can check off the list. But you have the chance to get it now because you can go on to ShilohRelics.com. You can see everything I'm about to tell you about it, plus a lot of different angles that I will not remember to tell you about. So check it out because these swords are cool. These swords are officially a non-regulation United States Staff and Field Officer's sword. That's a mouthful. A lot of the collectors refer to it as a Peterson 75. Why would you call it that? One of the first really good sword books on U.S. military swords was written by Peterson. Figure 75 in that book was this style sword. Peterson 75, one style of sword, a lot of variations. There are a ton. And I love them because you can have 30 or 40 of these swords. They'll all be different. This one has the big iron handguard. And in that handguard, it has this. It has the big Union Eagle. Down below it, it has the U.S. letters, and it's all trimmed out of the guard. You see the iron standard on these. You see a brass. You see a silvered. You see a nickeled finish on it. A lot of variations on the guards. But they'll have that general theme of being a big basket-style guard. They will have variations on the eagle. They'll have variations on the U.S. And sometimes they'll have hunting horns. Sometimes they will have a big eagle instead of the spread wing one. There's a lot of variations. You can see they make one with a Lady Liberty in it. So check those out. I've got 6 or 7 of them on the site that came out of this collection. And they're all different in some way or another. So go on there and look at the other ones besides this one. But this one has the original shark skin grip. Yep, that's right, shark skin on the grip. And it gives it a pretty gray tone that goes against that steel really, really well. Got the original wire going around the grip. It has the full-length blade. And the blade on this one is one of the things that really pops. During the Civil War, a lot of the really high quality swords were made in Europe and brought over. One of the best places to get the best craftsmanship on blades was Solingen, Prussia, or Solingen, Germany. This one has this trademark at the base. That's the trademark of Clauberg, or Clauberg if you're in Tennessee, but it's Clauberg of Solingen. And they were as good as it got with weapon blade making. They have their mark. A lot of times you'll see them where there'll be their stamp on the base, and then there will be either a stamped or an etched retailer marking. And this one is made without it, so it could be sold by any retailer without advertising for anybody except Clauberg, who made the blade. Their blades show up in a lot of variations. This one is really pretty. It not only has the etching, but it has the gold wash that makes the etching pop. On the front side, we've got the broad wing U.S. Eagle like this. Spread wing with E pluribus unum motto. What does that mean? If you've watched the other videos, you ought to know. It means of many one is how it translates. Meaning there's a lot of us, but when we decide to, there's one of us, and you better watch out. On the back side, though, it's got something that just jumps at you. In the center of the blade, in the gold detail work, it says for Union and Liberty. How cool is that? It's beautiful. The blade's in great shape. It's full length, got everything still visible on it. The guard's beautiful, no dents in the guard. It comes with the original scabbard, and the scabbard is better than normal as well. Most of the time, they just have a steel scabbard. This one has the steel body with the original finish on it. See the coloration on the scabbard? That is almost always gone. But this one not only has that, it has the brass for the mounts, which are these pieces. And the mounts are what have the little rings on them like this, and that's what it hangs from the soldier's belt off of. They're called sword mounts and rings. And at the top of the piece, we have the throat, and at the bottom we have the drag. Both of those are made of brass, which get damaged more easily than steel. Both of them are there. Both of them are nice. It's just a good sword all the way around. I hope you go on there. I hope you check it out. It is a beautiful piece, and it's just a nice sword all the way around. Got those other versions of these. I'm still working on that collection of 200 swords. You guys have bought a ton of them, but I'm still working on them. If you get a chance, go into the eagle heads. I just wrote up a couple of really cool eagle pommel swords that if I hit the lottery tonight, you guys can't have them because I'm going to keep them. Go on there. There's a lot of swords because I love swords. If I can help you in any way, answer questions on these, let me know. I felt horrible. I had a fella call the other day and he said, when we're passing through, can we stop by? And I just don't have a showroom. I've got a room with some shelves and things like that, but I don't really have a showroom. And so I had to tell him no, and I hate telling people no, but I'm just not set up for a showroom. I'm set up for your internet and shows, but it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate you. But it's just me here in the office, me, a lot of cameras, a hell of a security system, so don't ever think of robbing me or you'll leave feet first. But I digress. I was fortunate enough today to get to eat lunch at the table. And I've told you guys about the table before. It's a restaurant in Savannah, Tennessee. If you ever make it to Savannah, Tennessee, every day but Monday and the weekends, you should stop by the table because the table is a place, they call it a community cafe. And my friends work there and run it. And it's a place where if you're down on your luck, you can get a meal. If you're having good luck, you can get a wonderful meal because they have a chef back there that cooks. But it's set up. If you don't have money, you can work an hour, get your meal. Or if you can't work, there's folks there that'll take care of you. And if you're fortunate enough to have a little extra money, you can pay it forward. You can donate and buy something for that next person that comes in that can't afford one. So it's a great thing. Good work's done by good people, and I'm proud to call them friends. But I was sitting there today, and I was looking around, and it's the kind of place that just gives you a warm feeling when you're there, because it's church-based, but they don't throw religion at you as soon as you walk in the door. They lead by example, and that's the reason I mention it. So many people, they want to preach at you, but they don't want to help you. And I ain't about that. I believe if you can show somebody the good deeds, and you can show them by example that you help people that need a helping hand, if you help them up, people are going to watch you. They'll watch you eventually. It might not every time, but I say this because I want people to be good to folks. We need a lot more kindness in this world. And there are places like that in every community. They might not be easy to find, but go to those places, help out. Just donate an hour of your time if you got an extra hour. Because you might help somebody that it might make all the difference in the world. Because if you haven't eaten in a day or so, a bowl of soup might be the thing that saves your life and puts you on the right track. And a smiling face handing you that bowl of soup can change your life. That little act of kindness, I tell you all the time, that little act of kindness may not seem like much to you, but if that's the only kindness you've seen in a while, it means a hell of a lot. And I've been fortunate to have folks that give me that act of kindness. And I hope that I am that way to people. I hope that you guys are. Be sure to tell those that you love them. Because if the last word y'all hear out of my mouth are I love you, I'm okay with that. I'll catch you next time.